Hello, everyone.
Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we're going to bring you some of the new hotness in the One Piece TCG. We've been getting a lot of great news, and today we're going to be talking about the new cards and the card leaks from the starter decks. I'm here with Sam and Zach. Say hello, boys.
Hey guys, welcome back.
What's up with it?
How excited were you guys to see not only some rules, but some card effects?
I was ecstatic.
It's nice to get some of the keywords. I think keywords are really important in most of these games, so it's nice to get a little hint at what we're getting into.
Yeah, we're seeing early on that they're talking about some of the higher what am I trying to say, like more complex type of interactions.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
it took a few sets for Dragon Ball to get blocker. Zach, did set one Digimon have blockers?
Uh, yeah, but only in one color.
Yep.
It was color specific.
So hopefully in this game we'll get a little bit of everything. But I think other than seeing how you guys are doing, how you guys doing today?
Doing great. We're excited to talk about it.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty good. Also, I was wrong. Every color had one.
I'm about to say I
Black
thought
just
every
had
one
more.
color had it. Yeah.
Yeah, every color had one. Black just had more. But yeah,
for sure,
it was limited. Sorry, every color only had one blocker.
Right.
for sure.
Which is
All
still
right,
something.
so
True.
yeah, let's jump into some of these card leaks. Uh, which one is our first card today, Sam?
We're gonna just go. They're a little out of order, but this is just the way they were translated. We have a lot of the cards translated on the image themselves. Some of the later ones were transcribed more recent for us, so we don't have those images attached, but we do have the text for all of these cards now, which is very exciting. The first one is from Ulti from the Animal Kingdom Pirates. Costs 4, 5k power, with the effect here of counter plus 2000.
I think she has a counter effect, and she
Yep.
also has an effect to -1 Dawn to summon a page one from hand that's less than four. I think that also came out later.
Did it? I missed that.
No
That's
worries.
exciting.
It's cool
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
cool.
kind of
That that
a
is
great
really
combo
cool.
for them. And a -1 for a 4 drop is pretty great.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool card. I like that it's. I think they're affecting with colors already, like Kaido's purple, and so are the Beast Pirates are probably all going to be purple as well then.
Yeah, I think all the cards that they've released so far are from the starter decks,
Right.
so they'll definitely just be aiming towards that same goal. It seems like so far our animal pirates are doing a lot more -1 dons, which from our understanding currently means you take your don from your cost zone or wherever I think it's cost zone and put it back into the don deck. Um, so you're gonna have to play a little bit more intelligently to have that uh, what is it, interaction with your resources. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, we're gonna see how the mechanic works completely, but minusing has always been good because it gets around specific effects that I'm assuming we will get at some point.
Yeah.
Things that say like when deleted or like when destroyed, it gets around that usually because it's being killed by a game mechanic as opposed to a card effect.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Cool. Any
All right.
thoughts on ulti?
No.
Besides, it's cool to see animal pirates so early.
A lot of the cards, no spoilers. A lot of the cards so far we've seen have counter, so this might be a very common thing. Like all the cards have counter a little bit, so they're all used in the damage step, which is really interesting. Because the next card I believe we're gonna look at is it's two cards because a lot of the images were really close together. Was the Brook, cost two, 3k, and then it also has the effect counter plus 2000. So that seems to be very common throughout most of the cards so far. Oh, then there's the 2020 Chopper, which is a one cost blocker, which I know Zach was really excited about.
Value.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
having early blockers is great. I'll let Zach elaborate on his excitement for this, but um, it's interesting because we'll get to another card that's chopper based, but it'll be interesting to see how they bring in personality to each card effect and if that will matter later on. But yeah, go ahead, Zach. I know you like your 1K blockers.
I don't even care what the power is. It's the fact that he costs one. That's what's important.
One drop, that's what I meant.
That's what's the most important part about it because it's resource management. We talked about it earlier in one of our other videos. You want to be on the play, right? So you want to start so you can have your 1, your 3, your 5, and your choppers is just going to create so much value for you because it'll just you be able to play a big card, and then with your remaining leftover 1, you're like, you know what? Here's my blocker. Go ahead and try to do something.
Yeah, just
For
very
sure.
cost efficient, and it's could be a game switcher, game changer, for the cost. So I think it's interesting they chose Chopper for this one cost blocker. He doesn't seem like a blocker type of character, but it's pretty cool.
At least not Lil Chopper.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if he was a different form, but it is what it is. It's a nice art. I
He's
like the art
cute
so
and he has
far.
his cotton candy, so
He's so happy.
he is so happy.
Let's see here.
All right, who's next?
Next card is our first look at stages, which is a really interesting mechanic because I think Bandai games there are no stages.
This is the first.
Yeah, I want to say I don't think I know Naruto did it. I don't think unless they added it recently. Most games don't. So Thousand Sunny costs 2. Straw Hat Crew, which is interesting. And then activate main. You can rest this card for this turn. Give plus 1,000 power to up to one of your leaders or characters with the trait Straw Hat.
Yeah, this is really cool. I love the mechanic. I hope they are strong. I think we touched on at some point, or will touch on at some point, the fact that a lot of card games don't utilize their stages or their stadiums very well.
Yeah.
Uh, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think never really got into the flow of it. Very few decks actually were beneficial to have them. So I'm looking forward to seeing them make a good use of it. Um, I think there's a blurry image somewhere floating around of the Animal Pirates Onigashima.
I saw it. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's too blurry, can't tell what it does yet, but each starter deck probably will have something, so it's really exciting to see how they're gonna factor into the meta in the long run.
I would say most games that do run field spells are they're usually too slow. They don't have enough action immediately to be effective in most decks, especially for Yu-Gi-Oh. I think the only one that was very effective was the fusion one. Um, I can't think of another field spell at the top of my head that was that strong. Pokemon is okay with them, but every other game that I know that has some kind of field spell usually doesn't work out very well. Unless we look at Naruto that have they had missions that would stay on the board for a couple turns. That game was very effective with this, so that's kind of how I think these because there are missions that would stay on the board for the length of the game. So I think that is kind of similar to this in that way. And
The
it's
good
the mechanic.
Reaper Death too.
Yeah, like Reaper Death. So that was one I played. This is very simple. Hopefully they become a little more complex after, or just a little different. But I do like where this is going.
For
Yeah.
sure, because if they're not going to be quick and useful, people won't play them, and
Right.
it'll be sad to see
It is
uh,
cheap though,
a
so that's
bigger
something.
mechanic. Yeah, true.
Anything to add,
Uh,
Zach?
Yeah, I don't think you want to play a bunch of copies of this card, assuming you need to draw it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, I don't. It doesn't do a lot. It's a cool mechanic. If you start with stages, I feel like it would be different.
Start with stages, but it also has Straw Hat Crew in the title, so maybe it's searchable. That could be something. It could be that maybe there's other effects that trigger if your study's on the board. There's a lot of different things that we could see. I guess we'll just know more when we see more.
for sure.
Next, just really quick, want to touch on the Luffy. The Luffy is exactly what we thought it was. Move it on your turn, but they did delete the second text. There was more text on this card when we first saw it. It is now gone. So that is a warning right there. These cards aren't final. I would say there could be text changes for things we have seen so far.
Right. Assume they're lying to us until the cards are
Liars.
printed. Uh, the effect that we got could have been the base set effect, and they just put it on the art
Yeah.
just to get something out for that issue of, I think it was in Jump. Um, So this might not even be the final effect. It would be interesting because I think most leader effects that I remember were a little bit more wordy. They had a little bit more going on. I think just moving Arrested Dawn out of your cost area into your leader or to one of your characters is not a lot. Especially, is it activate main once per turn type of thing?
Is activate main. I believe it said once per turn.
Yeah, it's one per
And
turn.
I would say that's true, but Kaido doesn't do that, so we don't know
Yeah.
how valuable this resource is to move yet.
Fair enough.
So, like I said, we'll know more when we have more of the game, and well, that's the next card. No spoiler. The Kaido, Kaido leader, 5K, 5 life. It has the Emperor and Animal Kingdom pirate trait. Activate main, move one Dawn, and we do know the exact definition now. Do you know what it is? Pressed up top. Do you have it?
For what?
The Kaido
Yes. So his effect is activate main, -7 Dawn, which we're
7.
assuming means send 7 cards to the Dawn deck. Once per turn, trash one of your opponent's life.
Big.
So it's a crit. It's really good. It's going to be great for finishing fights. Um, what else is there to say about it? Besides, it looks good. In some of the leaked images, we can see that the compass in the back and the numbers are going to be hollow foil, so you have hollow leaders. I'm assuming that's part of the starter deck. Uh, I believe Dragon Ball had a lot of hollow leaders, right?
I believe every card in Dragon Ball can be hollow,
Okay.
right?
Close to it.
Right? Yeah, close to. And -7 doesn't mean send to the Dawn, right? It means rest them,
I
correct?
think it means send it to the Dawn deck.
Oh, well, I guess
But
we're gonna know more in the rules video, which is gonna be right here.
right. I'm not sure if it's like really defined yet, but from what I've been reading, I believe it's send it back to the Dawn deck. So
Oof.
if your rules say you get 2 Dawn per turn, you could do this on turn 5, and that would bring you down to 3 Dawn in your
Wow.
cost area. And then when you start your next turn, you'll be at 5. The turn after, you could do it again. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do,
Yeah.
but uh, it's probably going to be reserved for like final hit, making sure your opponent is down to 1 life. You run your effect, and then you run over their leader for game.
Yeah,
Um,
like a finishing blow type of thing. I think that's probably
yeah,
accurate because it does screw up most of your momentum. I would say, just
yeah,
just gathering a little bit. Obviously there could be effects that help Kaido get this ability off. But yeah, I would
yeah.
say that's
Some type of
probably
ramp.
yeah, it's probably the first grasp. Anything to add, Zach?
You're on the clock. This leader automatically puts you on the clock.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. Especially if they're able to deal damage early as well. You probably have to play
Mm.
just a little different around this leader, which is cool.
This
But
could be just aggro, and you can just lose on 3.
could be, yeah.
Eh,
It's definitely possible. We'll know more when we see more Beast Pirates. But we're switching over back to Straw Hats, and we have our first look at a Jinbei card.
this
Cost,
card's good.
yeah, I would agree. Cost 3, 5k power. Fishman race, also Straw Hat crew. Dawn ×1 when attacking for this turn. Give plus 1000 power up to one of your leaders or character cards other than this one. And I would agree at this strength, at this cost, this card alone, without the ability even, is still very, very potent. I think
Yeah.
being able to boost for very cheap is really nice, and that it's really easy to spread damage and force your opponent to use resources.
So this is Jinbei attacks gives a +1k to another
Your,
card,
to your
so he
Luffy
can use it
leader,
To your Luffy
first.
leader, yeah.
Okay.
and then your Luffy leader trigger,
Yep.
and then you take it off of Jinbei, and you put it on Luffy, and now Luffy's big, and you just gain so much value,
Right. It
That
seems like red's going to be a
so much value.
average
Like,
deck so
I
far.
think there's also a lot of strategy in the attacking because if your threshold is only 5,000, like if 5,000 is the number you have to do, you could put 1,000 on Jinbei and then 1,000 on Luffy, and that forces your opponent to use one card and when they attack to combo out or they take
yeah,
damage, and that doesn't cost you anything. That's just free trades, and I think
yeah.
that's minor little text right there that makes this Jinbei kind of scary because everything else we've seen doesn't really counter this. So
No, the
it's
card is just statted very, very well.
yeah, because he's also cost 3 and ulti costs 4, and they were both 5k. So this Jinbei is definitely in a strong place, just from what we've seen so far.
Yep.
Yeah,
Super exciting.
super excited.
It seems like most of the stuff that we've seen and gotten text for are Wano based.
Mm,
I know there's a Vivi floating around on the internet, and what's Vivi's deck?
Alabasta probably.
Yep,
Oh, the duck.
the duck. I can't remember its name. Shame me in the comments down below with its name. Uh, but I believe they're also going to be in the starter
Can't
deck.
remember.
Uh,
Hopefully.
so Vivi's a straw hat confirmed. There's also there's also images that are too blurry to make any sense of
Yeah,
King, Queen, and Jack.
definitely.
Uh, so these are everything except for Vivi's pretty predictable for what like who's going to be included in at least Straw Hat Crew and Animal Pirate, uh, because those are very like clear crews. The other two starter decks are a little bit more vague when it comes to are we going to get a buggy in this set? Are we going to
Right,
get
right.
Ooh.
all that? So I know a lot of people are excited to get reveals of those starter decks because there are some fan favorite cards that should show up in them.
True. Yeah, we got nothing from those. We did get another chopper card that you did hint at. It
Yeah.
was
Point.
boom. Guard point. I believe the text says counter plus 3K. Just a little different than Brook. Costs one. This is an event card. I think this is the only event card that we've seen besides Blast Breath, which is next. This is a really cheap card for 3K, considering the Brook was 2K. So the damage step gets a little intricate. And I think like I said, a lot of these cards are going to have that plus 2K, plus 3K. So I think it's really cool.
The other thing to touch on for this card is it has a trigger effect, and I believe
Yep,
that's
that's what
at
it
the
was.
bottom. And I believe that is when it gets pulled from life. So
Gain
in Digimon,
1,000.
that's like a security effect, right, Zach?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So as
It
a trigger, one of your leader cards for this or character cards get plus 1K.
and it is so the thing about the triggers is it is a you may, so you don't
Yep.
have to reveal it. So you can take your life as you normally would, and this if it isn't gonna if it isn't gonna be beneficial to you right there, like you don't need to reveal it and give your opponent free knowledge.
Correct.
Does it go to your hand still? Like you
Yes.
Yeah,
trigger, it
Yes.
still goes to your hand?
Correct.
Okay. So you can withhold that information that you have plus 3K that they don't know is coming.
Yep.
exactly.
Got it. It's interesting. And this is what I was thinking for Chopper as the defender is guard point. And other than Chopper being having guard point and blocker and his other card, is this is a manga panel card.
Yep.
Um, and I think that's awesome. I love it. They're using the color panels from I think like they're doing a republish of everything in color, and it's incredible. I'm super excited to see the rest of the manga panel cards. So I think the manga panel cards are really attractive. I'm excited to see what else they do with these cards. I think it's going to be some of the more exciting cards when it comes to commons and rares, because we've seen the original art cards, and we feel I think those are gonna be SR level cards.
Oh.
So having original art and like we saw the Jinbei also has a different type of art style. We're
Yeah.
getting a lot of different formats for these, and using the manga panel I think is really unique and exciting for a form factor.
No, I
Uh,
think that's something we barely touched on too. Was the art
yeah,
I really like the art. Like I really like a lot of the panels on One Piece are very good. There's a lot of really cool things. Obviously, you have so many chapters to pull from. So there's a ton of content, ton of different anime moments that are a little different in the manga. You could definitely pull from. Like these are art is really nice. Like even looking at this next card, which is Blast Breath. This was the one. Preston, want to give me the?
this is the Wano art,
It's
of course,
gorgeous.
because it's Kaido,
This is the one
and
where he blew up, like he pretended to blow away the straw. It's right before Luffy goes crazy.
this is, yeah, I believe that scene.
Yeah.
So Blast Breath is an event card. It's a cost one. It has attributes of four emperors and Animal Kingdom pirates. It's a counter. Don -1 up to one of your leader cards or character cards for this battle get plus 4K.
Huge.
Fuck.
It has that -1 again, assuming that means you're sending one back to the Dawn deck. I don't know if that means you tap one and then you take that one and put it in your deck. Not sure yet, but um, plus 4K is big. What do you think?
Considering guard point gave 3K, yeah. Obviously the timing is different. You use guard point in battle. I believe no, this is counter 2 actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it's the same cost, and you have more value out of this card than what you would get out of guard points. The only difference is obviously the security difference, not security, but the life
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
But then again, that's not guaranteed value. This is guaranteed value. So
Yeah.
this card is very interesting. The
Check
art
out our
again is
yeah, I was gonna say check out our rules video. We talk about
so
this. We're gonna go more in depth in a video also,
yeah.
where we talk a little bit more about that phasing. You were mentioning the art. I cut you off. It's
No, I was
gorgeous.
just yeah, I was saying like if I had to pick a winner for art, this is definitely the one. This is like a really pretty big moment in the anime. Sorry, Zach, for the little spoiler there.
You're good.
Don't forget by the time it gets here.
Yeah, it'll be months before he gets here. So yeah, this
Months
moment
to
in
months.
Wano was pretty significant. I would say like this moment
Yeah,
in the manga is yeah, just absolutely
huge.
destroying.
Ooh,
Bless
Bless
you.
you. Yeah,
Um,
and this is another manga panel card, and
yeah,
it's gorgeous.
sheesh. My bad.
Oda carrying the game and the anime and the show. It's crazy. This man.
Yeah,
He was
And
like,
it's a good card on top of it.
he was
right.
a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Uh, is that everything? Oh, that's all of our cards, right?
That's the last card.
Uh, it's super exciting to finally be getting a lot of news, and it's coming quick.
Yep.
We hope to be getting more soon. I can't wait to see what else they're gonna drop and reveal to us. Um, I'm just super stoked to be getting card effects now because it kind of shows how the game's gonna shape up, at least for this first set.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have any final thoughts on these reveals?
I think it's encouraging. I think, like, if we look at most of the cards, I think they all have intricate aspects that are unique to their colors. Obviously, Jinbei and Ulti show that. I like that we are seeing event cards that were similar but have small differences that are probably unique to their color. It's exciting. My favorite card is definitely the Sunny, just for the aspect that they could be significant. I hope they keep putting them out and they are successful. Like that's a cool, unique part of the game.
Absolutely. Final thoughts, Zach?
I think some of these cards are really, really strong. I think it promotes aggressive gameplay,
Just the theme box
and
too.
yeah, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Go fast, just go fast. Turn my card sideways.
Sounds good. I think that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys all for hanging out today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what your favorite card is so far that's been revealed. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.